Welcome everyone to D&D Experience. My name is Chris Perkins. I am the story design manager in the R&D department at Wizards of the Coast. Many of you know me and I know many of you. Tomorrow I celebrate my 10th birthday and I can't think of a better crew to spend that birthday with than you guys. In addition to leading the team that works on the writing and editing of our rulebooks and D&D Insider, I also have the distinguishing honor of being the first person to kill a 4th edition character. I was a player at the time. Fortunately, I wasn't playing my own character. I was playing Rob Hainso's character because he couldn't make it to the game. And he was an elf. I don't remember his name. He had some beautiful lyrical elf name, but I don't remember what it is. So let's call him.
Her name was Nentia.
Nentia? I was just going to call him Woody. So Woody and his companions, or Nentia and his companions, walked into the dungeon, sort of a prototype of Keep on the Shadowfell. And one of the first encounters we had was with some goblinoids. And as we were fighting them bravely, a bugbear strangler, which is a creature in the monster manual, pounced out of the darkness, wrapped a rope garrote around Nentia's neck, and basically held him there for several rounds while the rest of the party was actually fighting for their lives. At one point, the party rogue disengaged from the main group and came to save Nentia's life because he was going to be dead in a round, and basically made a brutal lunge at the bugbear strangler, at which point we discovered one of the cool abilities of this new monster, which is to use characters that he is strangling as meat shields. So he graciously spun Nentia into the path of the lunging rogue, who scored a critical hit, eviscerating Nentia instantly. And so the first 4th edition death is attributed to another player character. How fitting is that? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the design philosophy, some of the information that you already know, because it sort of traces our first conversations at Gen Con up to where we are now. And then I'm going to yield the floor to Andy Collins, who's my evil counterpart, who runs the rules design and development team. And then to Scott Rouse, our brand manager, the Rouse, as many of you know him online. And he'll take you through some of the other features as well. Of course, many of you are going to get your first hands-on public sampling of 4th edition here at the show, either because you're running adventures or you're playing in them, and you're going to get to run off with some cool stuff like your characters. I don't think we need to tell you how much fun you're going to have by the end of the show. I think you guys are going to be just all over this thing, as we have been for the last several months. And as we have said since Gen Con, we just can't wait to show you this stuff. Now it's finally time to pay it off. Have a blast. You're going to have a ball. And many of us on the R&D team will be jumping into the fray to do some kind of guest DMing spots over the course of the weekend. We're looking forward to that. I just want to quickly introduce some of the R&D team who is here. Rob Hainso is the lead designer. His name appears on the player's handbook. James Wyatt, our lead story designer. His name appears on the player's handbook, the DMG, and the monster manual. Mike Merles, our lead developer. Resident killer DM. And Chris Youngs, who is one of the editors and producers of D&D Insider, with a long time history at the magazines. Who am I forgetting? Anybody else in the room? On the brand side, besides Scott, we've got Sarah Gerard, who is heading up the marketing for D&D. And Lene Foster, who many of you know from her time on miniatures. Stand up, Lene. Stand up taller. And Lene is working with Scott and Sarah and sort of heading up the licensing efforts.